evening, Randomizer fans, and welcome to the Final Fantasy Randomizer Spring Tournament semifinals. We got Crab Cakes versus Cheezinator, Game 2. Cheezinator, of course, up one game. Joining with me in the commentary booth tonight is my good buddy Caleb. How's it going, man?
Stuff doing pretty good, Fizzle. It's good to be here. I'm excited for this match. Crab Cakes and Cheese. This is their third matchup this spring tournament, and they met up in week 2 of Swiss, I believe it was, and Cheese took it to CC and shocked the world with his victory over her, and then did it again just a couple nights ago, and this is an exciting race. I mean, Cheezinator's one of those guys that is sort of come onto the scene super strong leading up to the spring tournament, and CC, she's that ever-present force to be reckoned with in spring tournaments and any sort of organized competition here in FFR. So this is a wonderful little David and Goliath story.
And we're off.
All right, so both our runners running the same drafted party that they had from last week. Cheese jets right for the item shop. I saw exit. We got Brackenfire 2 Bane. That's not terrible magic.
And we got something for the White Mage to do. We got Harm 3 at level 1. It'll be helpful in a lot of these early encounters. There tends to be a lot of undead stuff early on.
Yeah, and we got pro rings for sale right out the gate. Expensive chainmail, though. This is pretty expensive pro rings, too. House is a little on the pricey side, too, at 2,100. I'm a big fan of the Harm family of spells. I think they get overlooked a lot. They are the only spells in the game that are AoE at all levels, and even just single level Harm 1 can do some work in these early dungeons.
If I have a White Mage, I'm big into the Harm spells. I also tend to never run White Mage.
I like them as a backup on a red mage as well. You know, especially if like we have like a lit 2 and we can pair that up with a harm 3, we get a little utility. CC finds some good money in top left, 8,700 gold along with the silver bracelet. So
that silver bracelet is nothing to sneeze at. That solves early game armor for one of those 2 mages, and one of the most frustrating things is, like, especially in Marsh, or like if you're still in the southern continent, is how do I keep mages alive without buying silver bracelets? And already we've got the key and the crystal out of King and Princess.
You can't really ask for a better combo there.
No, because that means we don't have to worry about, do I go Provoca, do I not go Provoca, because the game wants us to head in that direction, and we get 6 free boxes on the way there.
And a Zeus Gauntlet and a heal helmet. Okay.
Wow.
And an Excal. So we pieces of the puzzle already fallen into place, and CC's found close to 16,000 gold. That's levels 2 and 3 magic, possibly even some level 4 spells right there.
And if we're short, we can throw the heal helmet and maybe even the Zeus Gauntlet in the wood chipper and just get the rest of the money we need.
Oh, absolutely. Still not enough to finance a pro ring spending spree, but we'll get there. Yeah.
At this rate, who knows? Maybe we'll get one of the max price gold chests out of Matoya's game.
Or something equally valuable to sell, like a pair of katanas. Although with the thief, maybe we want to keep at least one of them.
That will be, I think, the interesting question, because since the White Mage is so reliant on Fade being at like an okay level to know if they're capable of offense or not, I'm kind of looking at that thief as something that I kind of want to keep alive if possible.
And both runners, having completed their administrative work, have synced their streams apparently. And CC killing the bridge boss, Cheese going back to check key-locked Topher.
I love this, because if that grind tile is something we can take with that Harm 3 and Fire 2, this is amazing.
And this is a strategy that he employed in the Swiss rounds against CC, and there's some dragon armor, a big knife for CC, pure and 600 gold, so Opal bracelet. There's more of those little puzzle pieces for our mages to wear. That's good stuff.
All right, so
Worms.
the grind tile was not great.
No, but we want to see what's in these boxes.
Yep.
Ooh, spicy wings.
Just gotta get away. That's not gonna get away. Third tries the charm.
Fascinating that Cece's taking the walking routes to these locations and not hopping in her ship. More pro cape, and there's the canal. And a white shirt for Cheese, so all sorts of early game utility finds.
Right. I think he's gonna go. Yeah, he's going back in for that dragon armor. That's excellent endgame armor for Cheezinator.
Heel stick and a heel pot. Items for that wood chipper.
And a free pro ring.
Yeah, can't be mad at that. That's the beauty of that early key. Gimme, gimme, gimme.
So much exciting early good gear out of the gate. I love it. I love this.
Yeah, we're solving the in-game puzzle already, but the greater puzzle to figure out is the middle game with the tri-state canal, or I'm sorry, the tri-state canoe and floater.
Right.
See if the seed continues to be kind. So Che's going to get his big prize here, which is the opal bracelet.
Crab Cake's running into the same problems that Cheezinator did, trying to get past these bad dragons, trying to get the dragon armor. Hey, I figured out why they're guarding it.
Yeah, early cremate is going to be a problem.
Yeah.
And that long run off the hard reset is enough for Cece to walk in and out. So maybe that's why we're playing with the walking strats as opposed to the boat. A question from chat from Sports Hefe. How many pro rings are in boxes? In the game, we can find 3 pro rings that are in boxes.
Usually in a run-through, you tend to find, depending on how many loose you're looking for, usually 1 to 2, but sometimes you can get lucky and get all 3. And when pro rings are 13k each, that's basically 13k treasure chests each one.
Yeah. Yep. Ooh, we got Crescent Lake here in Provoca, so not terrible for our first shuffle town. Because we're still going to get a key item out of it.
We can check level 6 magic, which these mages are able to learn. And if there's something valuable enough, maybe we'll pick up something while we're here.
Gold bracelets for sale for 12k. Level 6
cheap.
Fade.
There we go.
And Ice 3 and Fast.
And Lightning 3. That's a loaded level 6. That hurts to see.
Alright. And Cece gets the crown and Crescent.
Robbing the poor old men in the park in their fast food hat.
Cece not picking her thief back up, so looks like she may be moving to the 3-person party for the time being. So super close here in the early game. I wonder where we're going to begin to see our route divergence, because it looks like we're spinning through that funnel of we're going to the marsh cave.
I think with the early canal, I think we're likely to bypass marsh, but I also think that both our runners are going to be headed for that crown turn-in immediately.
There's Melmond. I still like Marsh, man. I don't know. Call me crazy. I'd still think Marsh is a solid player. We have exit. We can get it done. But we don't need to go there yet.
Right.
There's even more money.
So with that Dan Thief, that's a vendor sword.
Unless that thief isn't asleep for the rest of the game.
Ooh boy.
Oh,
well, there's our
boy.
floater. So now we're on a canoe hunt.
Mm-hmm.
Options on the table. We could do marsh. We could do front of earth. We could hope that either on-rack or crescent are Provoca.
Yeah.
That's a conundrum.
There's always the marsh cave. So CC got blown up by Astos with fire too, but hey, how about a third eye grind?
Okay, so if all they do is sad melee, and we've got Fire 2 and Zeus Gauntlet, and they go down to both combined, which they don't. 2 rounds. 2 rounds is not bad, although we're gonna... Those are some large eyes.
Big eyes.
I don't know that we have the horsepower to do this right now, but with good melee, I would be right back here.
SpaghettiOs. Cheezinator heads to Melmont, finds Onrak, and within Onrak finds an herb for sale for, I think it was 15k or 1500. I might have miscounted a 0 there.
Mm-hmm.
So we got a vendor item.
Yep.
And it's a turn-inable one. Turn-inable.
Yeah.
And Astos says, Fire 2, how about a blaze as well? So
Astos is real mad that he was painted the weird colors and actually rolled skills to show his disdain.
Astos, more like Blastos. Sounds like a fun cereal made out of fire.
Kids, remember to eat your Blastos, part of a balanced breakfast.
And
He's kind of a cartoon rabbit.
Cheese digs up the defense sword in the first box in Earth Cave. It's like the seed is telling them to be prepared. You're gonna need all of this.
Mm-hmm.
Questions in chat from Ragnarok. I did not roll this seed. This is a Danny special.
Mm-hmm. When the Danny special is this kind, I am concerned with what is to come.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, magic is our low-level magic is not great, so we got that going for us at least. But
and upside to CC's 1 third eye kill is she had more than enough money to buy that herb. So I would imagine that's why Cheese dipped into the first floor of Earth. But
probably.
But he left it behind.
Might not have had enough on the way back out, and is really, really hoping that crown is going to lead to like canoe or something.
Yeah, I do like the outer seed check of the crown because we've already turned in the key. It would be a bit of a bummer if it was one of the dwarf items behind the
we
crown,
did turn
but we know.
Here.
Okay, you just did
All
it
right.
super quick.
Oh,
and we're going back.
Everyone loves back and forth fetch quests.
Well, at least it's something that you know your opponent's going to have to do too.
True. There's no real good way to route this, I think.
Right, those are silver. Yeah, pretty cheap silver bracelets too.
Yeah. Yeah, the good part, level 5 white magic. The Cure 3 is nice, but I'm more interested in that Fire 3 and Lock 2, which also means that we've seen Fire 3, Ice 3, and Lightning 3. We're not going to get any good AoE out of 1 through 4 black magic unless we find Nuke.
Yeah. Or Zap. I like Zap.
Zap's not bad in the southern hemisphere. It kind of falls down a bit once you head north.
It's got to believe in it, man.
That's true. It does work off of belief.
It works for me. That spell zap is pretty good.
Mm-hmm. Gotta like that spell zap.
Alright. Cece, going to be our first to turn in that ruby and get our 2 incentivized items here. Let's see what we got. We've already found one of the junk in the pool in the form of the opal bracelet. And finding an incentive floater means that kicked one of our key items loose. And Cheezinator gets blown up by Blastos. We're going to try it again.
Silver shield, some change, $1, and the everyone loves back and forth fetch quests.
Pinball's one of my favorite things to mess around with. You know, it's mindless activity. Just hope you don't tilt.
When you're staring at pinball fetch quests, how do you hit the machine to just make it go where you want?
Booty bump, just a little. It's all in the hips. Just a little hip check.
Okay.
Hey, Oxiel. It's pretty cool that we found. It's pretty cool that we found Onrak on the same continent.
Yeah.
So now we have the second and third floors of Earth, all of the Sea Shrine, and Marsh Cave for potential loose.
What do we got to work with for magic? We've got White Mage with Harm 3 and Exit. Exit's real nice. We've got, in Black Magic, Brack, Bane, and Fire 2.
That's a Kraken kill strategy.
It is, but there's a lot of stuff between us and that Kraken. I can do Mermaids. That's a doable setup for Mermaids. I don't know that I can do the rest of it.
Cheese is working. Hooray!
Hooray!
These 3 eyes with the Bane. I like it. Nope, switching up to the Fire 2 this time. Hey, good thing we found Melmond in the other direction.
If Onrak is Lefane, oh my god.
Or Crescent Lake.
Or Crescent Lake. Yeah, we haven't been there yet either.
But CC up to level 10. I wanted to see what Cheese is working with now, because this is his 4th eye fight. Right, Crescent was at Provoke, but we haven't been to the Crescent Lake location. So we still know what towns are in the Crescent Lake location or in the Onrak location. But I think gonna show us, because she's gonna go translate that slab.
Just in case it's something we really want to see.
Dr. Oon, good about that slab. Can get with him on that level of hype.
Oh, Cheezinator was grinding levels to survive Fire 2 out of Blastos.
But does he know this is coming? But Cece, I don't know if Cheese has seen the blaze, and Cece, once he got through the second round, Astos fell down pretty quickly, so yeah, not a whole bunch of health there.
And then we're gonna dump spell charges on a couple more eye fights. Crabcakes might be taking an exploration lead at this point, but Cheese is taking an overall levels and power lead at this point.
His levels are right around hers. I think he's level 11-ish, and she's level 10-ish. So, oh boy, oh boy. So that means Onrak is either Elfland, Provoka, or Gaia.
The longest back and forth chain in the world, and all we got out of it was a stupid hammer.
That'll work though. That'll pair nicely with our Zeus Gauntlet.
Of course, now we gotta figure out what we're doing. So we're either pinning our hopes on Onrak Provoka, or it's time to start digging for loose somewhere.
What if I told you Marsh Cave?
You know, the more you say it, the more I'm starting to get into that idea, just based on available options.
it gave us the seed gave us level 1 exit. If that isn't a golden ticket to explore the marsh cave, I don't know what is.
That's fair. And here goes Cheezinator, the hero we all deserve.
I hope this doesn't bite him. Well, we've got the key, and we've got exit, and we've got a beautiful run off the hard reset. So this should be no more than 5 minutes.
Sure. Unless there's something like super lethal in here, this is gonna be an out and done. We've got the levels to survive a lot of the usual early game pitfalls. But if there's something stupid in here, like, I don't know, stone poison or whatever, we're toast.
It's a bummer that he doesn't have that Thor hammer to pair with that Zeus gauntlet. Mm-hmm. But this should be enough, because we don't need to worry about conserving charges unless we find something super good. We're hard reset anyway. And unrun. So Onrak holding on to Elfland.
And level 3 nuke.
It's pretty good.
That's a surprise.
That's pretty good. And Cure 4 and Life.
Okay, so that's a reason to keep the White Mage up.
That's pretty good. In the first 3 minutes of commentary, Shuffle was on, because I was really excited about that early game money.
Alright, so we're getting a lot of, like, offensive help here, but no, we already found the vendor item, never mind.
Yeah.
So,
this
is just make everything easier town.
Mm-hmm. And there's the second katana.
Ooh, reset out of it. Don't even care.
It's in the link chest here. So, if he wants to pick it up, it would be right here in this room.
And he doesn't.
He's got one. And I mean, it's fair. He's got the one that he'll need to equip, and he's got back pocket if he needs money. Those 3 eyes not only going to give us wonderful XP, but they're going to give the world.
Right.
It's like Scott Pilgrim. You pop those things and gold coins go everywhere. It's kind of uncomfortable. Fill the room up. It's weird. Because they got like that goop on them.
Is that why they're that color?
Who washes the money in Final Fantasy World? Because it's like the monsters.
I mean, we're speedrunning the game here, so obviously we don't have time to do it. So I think we just hand over the money that's got like some just a little bit of garbage on it, and that's the vendor's problem now.
Who's the money launderer? So, Werewolves with Frost is not something stoned. I missed-stoned the White Mage from Cheese.
I also missed what had Petrify. I wonder if that was Stone Touch, or if there was... Yep,
that's what chat says
Werewolf Stone Touch.
Yeah. Alright, so the werewolves are going to make Earth Cave a little spooky, too.
Mm-hmm.
But
what if I told you C was the place?
We still got a couple more boxes. Oh, hey, we just found the Were Sword.
Yeah.
Right there.
Were Sword, their sword.
Yeah. So that's
I'm gonna keep making that joke until everyone stops laughing.
So running out of boxes. This is a problem.
This is not the encounter I would want to see after learning about werewolves.
Especially considering we don't have any more soft potions.
Mm-hmm. This is starting to be officially a lot of damage.
Ooh. And yeah, CC's nuke's gonna blow this place up a little bit more effectively than Cheese's ramshackle party.
Yeah, the nuke will make things a lot easier, but only if we get the turn order to cast it.
CC also ignoring that second katana.
Mm-hmm. Both of them know about the grind tile, so like you said, like if they really need cash, we have that 3-eye tile we can go deal with. I'm not gonna lie, I am on the edge of my seat here to see if these last marsh chests turn into anything.
Well, we've got 3 left. And with it, the hopes and dreams of an audience waiting with bated breath.
Slowly we approach the door.
Every one of these encounters, Cheese has to be holding his breath a little bit.
Ooh, hello.
Less than ideal. These things punch super hard.
Oh.
What if I told you it's always Marsh?
I am never going to hear the end of this.
And it's in that box. Of course it's in that box.
Full credit to Danny for being our seed roller tonight. I don't know what we expected.
And the beautiful irony of this is that both runners, upon finding that cube, are going to feel a distinct advantage.
Yep. Clearly, both of them will think, no way that my opponent would have done Marsh.
He'll never get this. He'll never get this. Oh, he got this. Oh boy. So that's exciting. Glad to see some things never change. And I love that it was basically in the last chest.
So we found the prize out of Marsh, but cube doesn't get us anywhere just yet because we still don't have chime. So Earth or Sea?
I would probably see. I mean, full Spidey sense wants me to go to Earth, but if the likelihood that a loose is both in Earth and in Marsh is pretty low. And Sea has a lot more boxes than the other 2 floors of Earth, and we can factor in Hill for us.
Right.
So it's 2 things on our list.
I would say that the idea of hitting Sea Shrine is a lot more palatable to Crab Cakes right now because that level 3 nuke gets us through all of the trash fights that Fire 2 and Lightning 2 just don't have the horsepower to overcome.
Yeah. But Cheese doesn't have that nuke.
So are we going to see Dang the Torpedoes? No, we're going to see Earth Cave.
I mean...
Or no,
we're
wait, we're gonna
finish the Ruby.
That's right, I forgot. Cheese has to do the long fetch chain into Thorhammer.
Ooh. CCC's the 4-gasty variant.
Oh, I see that encounter, and all I think is nuke, 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 nuke.
I would imagine CC's probably a little annoyed to see Cube there. Just a little bit. It's a ping roll on Discord. Loose Cube and Martial Locked. At least the key was early.
It's true.
Alright, now Cheese has to weigh his options. Or hope that TNT turns into a canoe, which we know it won't.
Right, because at this point, we know TNT leads to something. We don't know if C leads to anything.
Yeah.
And C is scary.
But unfortunately, we know that TNT just leads to a Thor hammer.
Yeah. But it will incentivize checking additional towns, which will bring him to Onrak to get his level 3 nuke.
Unless he just goes to Crescent. It's what Cheese does, as CC looks like she's heading her way for Melmond Rack, and we'll be diving the... No? There we go. We're going into the shrine.
Oh.
Nope.
Okay.
This is just going to be a race of me and Fizzle going, oh!
Yeah, because like every time they pivot direction, it'll just be like, "Oh no, we were wrong. They're smarter than us," and then it's just like, "Oh no, they were just saving."
Yep, and Cece's gonna go. Well, yeah, she's gonna do mermaid side first with the key. TFC is on the table. As Cheese begins sailing around to do all those wonderful turn-ins that he doesn't. We know that he doesn't need to do right now.
No, but it's because we're just one canoe away from getting the airship. You got to do them.
Yeah. Yep, so as chat's pointing out, that Thor hammer in combination with that Zeus gauntlet backed up with a nuke is going to make a wonderful experience here for CC.
Right. It takes care of a lot. Basically, the only thing that we're still going to have trouble with is potentially ghosts and maybe some of the bigger things like Gersharks, sea snakes, something that size.
But what if I told you the Gersharks had fewer than 270 HP? So
I would tell you. I commentary cursed myself.
Yeah, we should be fine. I think the waters could be a problem, as well as we have harm 3 for the ghosts, and fire 2 and nuke and an ice sword now.
That ice sword is going to help a lot.
Yeah, it's pretty good. Well, there you go. Cool hammer. Guy was working hard on it all day.
That's why it took so long to get to him. You just kept hiring people to delay you.
And all you had to do is talk to this mastercraft hammer that expels an explosive lightning spell from it. It's pretty nice of that guy. He just talks to how lonely he is.
Yeah. And yet, he'll only talk to you if you speak his weird made-up language.
Ooh. Level life. That's a bummer.
Yeah.
Flame armor pickup here in Mermaid. So Mermaid does some pretty good fighter gear. Flame armor and an ice sword's a nice addition to this set we're building.
But the one thing that is on our minds right now is, where is that canoe? Because canoe is the thing we really want.
Well, Cece gambling that it's not on the TFC floor because she exited it out.
She's also just going straight for the C play.
Yeah, it's greater chest density, and it's a fiend, and the XP is pretty good here too. So it's on paper it makes sense until you see lobsters with toxic.
Yeah.
But again, CC gonna have an advantage here just by having that level 3 and 4 magic. Nuke, the life, the cure 4. It's gonna keep her party afloat a little bit longer down here.
Also worth noting, I think, at this point, that Cheese is leaving his thief turned to stone. I guess we've given up on the dream of either we've given up on the dream of thief melee, or we just really, really want the other 3 members of the party to get to a high level without grinding.
Yeah, or we're reserving him in stone, keep him from gaining levels over 15, so we can get all the spell charges we want on him. Because with that floater in our back pocket, maybe we're just hoping that the tail is within reach immediately. So, or just the assumption that we're going to get the tail regardless because we have to dig out 2 loose.
Right, and with our Opal and Thor already accounted for, it's really likely we're going to need both of those loose, I think.
Mm-hmm. Well, yeah, because one was the cube, so...
the cube was... Yeah, one was the cube.
Mm-hmm.
And we don't know what the other 2 are, but the only whammy that's still left is the power bug.
Yeah, and at this point, we would like to have that because we haven't seen Temper yet. It could be, we could be lucky and it's sitting at level 2 and airship locked Provoca, but...
Yeah.
Bleh.
Yeah. It's slightly more likely that it's 7 or 8 in Gaia.
Mm-hmm. Oh, it's a selfish shellfish party with talk and heat.
Better microwave them.
Chernobyl lobsters.
You gotta microwave them. Everyone knows that seafood just falls apart when you microwave it. Never microwave raw shellfish. Yeah, don't do that.
Please. Like, I get if it's like already cooked and you just need to like knock a chill off of it, maybe like 10 seconds, but oh, Flame Sword and another. There's our second Pro Cape and TFC. Here, buddy. All right, so CC, a good skip here on the TFC floor, unless the north box here has got something worthwhile.
I mean, it could. We don't talk about the seed where Canoe was in TFC North, and I skipped it and then cleared the rest of the game looking for Canoe.
Mm-hmm.
It warms my heart to see chat sharing horror stories of people microwaving seafood.
Ooh,
hey,
then...
5 tonight, Batman.
Alright, so we got Sharknado room left, and what if it was an Earth this whole time? What if it was an Earth this whole time?
Hashtag never Earth.
Alright, Cheese going back in. So Cece's gonna have to flip a coin here with what she upon her kill of Kraken. Does she come back in to do TFC floor, or does she say, no, I orphaned those chests for a reason, never coming back for them, and just go to Earth?
I'm a big fan of, if you orphan things, commit to it.
It's a little grim.
Look, sometimes you just... I'm not actually going to carry that metaphor all the distance. So, no, CC knows that if you start down the road of a plan, you stick to that plan until there's enough evidence that you need to double back. And she's already skipped those chests, and double dipping pre-mermaid floor is just blah. So I have a feeling that after Kraken, she's headed straight to Earth.
Yeah. And a forced double dip of Earth with level 1 exit isn't as bad as I think the stigma around it is. So
my problems with Earth Cave is my same problems with Marsh Cave. There's a lot of different things in it, and when you have fights, there tend to be a lot of sprites that you have to deal with.
And Cece's palette swapped Kraken looks like he was thrown in the microwave for a little too long. And his punches are a little warbly, as if he's been microwaved a little too long. Only 110 damage from that swing. You can't turn to stone.
Our only hope is to turn it to stone to stop the smell.
Just throw rocks at it. And just like a piece of microwave calamari, it's broken into pieces upon further agitation. Alright, so Cece, first orb lit at the 39-minute mark. We're going to resupply our heal pots and all of our carry equipment, and we're going to go to Earth Cave, because where else are we going to go?
Nowhere. There is no going back. There is only going forward. On the other hand, we could go back.
Oh. So waffling, gonna keep cheese in it just a little bit, but this at least isn't a huge time dump. But yeah, instead, this to me tells me that Cece is concerned. This is an elimination game for her, so she can't. She wants to go fast, like she wants to play aggressive, but there's doubt in her mind, and she's doubling back.
Right.
So,
I mean, let's do the math on boxes real quick. On the floor before mermaids that we bypassed, we've got 4 chests.
5?
With 1, 2, 3, 4. Did she not get the one like immediately before the mermaid steps?
No, she didn't.
5, yeah. Versus Earth floors 2 and 3, because we checked all of Earth 1.
Yeah.
So on those floors, we've got 3, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11.
Okay. We've got 3 boxes and 3 boxes on Earth 2, top and bottom. And we've got the one out of the way, the Asher box, the trap tile box, and the incentive box. Where is that loose progression item? Roll that 11-sided die. I'm gonna say vampire chest, because why not?
I'm gonna say the leftmost chest and the easy to get ones on floor 2, not the ones behind the trap tile.
Okay. So essentially the first box she would likely check.
Yeah. I
guess the 4th box, I think CC routes in the spike tile room first.
That is faster if you're planning on doing both at the same time.
So I'm hoping that we can save the best for last. I mean, it is June. Sometimes the sun does go around the moon.
That's a reference to something.
Perhaps we'll save the best for last.
Let's just talk about nuking gargoyles on the Earth Cave floor.
That song had been stuck in my head all day. And I was like, how am I going to work this into commentary? The seed provides. Black shirt's nice find. There's a canoe. If you get box number 2, congratulations. Danny will give you your door prize on your way out.
Right floor, wrong box. I'll take that as a minor victory.
Mm-hmm. So, in and out. So that's both of our loose. So CC is in no mode. We only need to open up incentivized boxes from here on out. So CC's going to show us how fast she can go.
We have a 3rd loose.
Oh, right.
Yeah. Yep.
Right.
Yeah, I always mix up. I keep adding canal to my list of loose items I have to look for, and
it's been a minute since I played these flags. I never practiced the bracket flag the bracket flags.
Never bracket the practice flags.
Civil Sarah saying I would have been in a lot of trouble, but we don't know that loose is required. What are the odds of all 3 loose being required? I mean, come on.
1 in math. I punch the numbers into the calculator and it makes a smiley face.
We could have a loose tail, and we could have a loose power gauntlet. That's about it. Or it could be like one of those wonderful things where it's a loose bottle to adamant to tail. Or something that's a long fetch quest that leads to not being required. Level 2 warp. love it. I missed the level 2 white magic.
We had wall, and I
That's
didn't
pretty
see
good.
anything helpful beyond that.
Well, I mean, that's helpful. It's probably at least going to be 8 casts of wall by the time we hit the end game.
Right. Those are some zombie-looking pirates.
Probably ate that microwaved squid.
Yeah.
Adamant. So
Today
there
is
goes.
Food Safety Day on the Final Fantasy Randomizer Spring Tournament.
And get your serve safe certifications. Watch those temps.
Yeah.
Make sure your fridge is running at 40 degrees or colder.
So where is she?
Gonna turn in that adamant. See what this adamant gets us.
Hooray! Okay, so we need that other loose.
Or not. It could be a tail.
I feel like with dragon armor and shirts galore, we're really, really into the idea of that tail right now.
It would be nice, but we don't need it, per se.
Maybe.
I mean, we got bosses up to 230%. We would like to find a better sword than a flame sword, but...
Oh, we also have X-Cal. We got the X-Cal super early.
Mm-hmm. So all that stuff's burning holes in our pockets, but if there's one thing CC can do, it's run an effective party on minimal gear, so...
That's true. I feel like that's the race we're watching here is Cheezinator is great at theory crafting and theoretical knowledge, while Crab Cakes is a machine, and she just will sprint through anything and everything if it's possible.
Yep. Cheese is the bleeps and bloops, and CC is the sweeps and swoops.
Yeah. Crab Cakes is the column A, and Cheezinator is the row B. I don't know.
Column B? Colby?
Colby.
Is that the kind of cheese he is? Colby? Column B?
God, it's been forever since I've had Colby cheese.
That's pretty good. I like it. It makes it with a little bit of Jack. Make a Colby Jack. Alright.
Cupcakes rounding the corner in Waterfall. What is our reward for a tile? It's our giant Agama, which, I mean, it's fine, but we found better.
They're green enough to look like they have smelled that microwaved calamari.
What we got $3,000, a great axe, 7,800, $5, 48, a bottle.
Oh, we got Lefane and Gaia for sure, or Gaia and Lefane rather. And Cheese gets his loose canoe.
All things considered, I don't think Cheese is really that far behind right now. I think
he's going to keep opening boxes. He's going to keep opening boxes. CC left immediately. So what if our loose rod is right here? It's not, but he's gonna leave too. Okay, I would have loved to see him clear down to the vampire, just for fun.
So the problem is I don't necessarily think CC's done opening boxes. I think she just saw Canoe and saw visions of magical flying hot dog and said, I gotta go.
Yeah, of course.
But it would be awful if, like, the next room over had the rod.
And Reese calling for the loose loot. Ugh. You hate to see it.
I mean, we've already cleared one of the problem spots for that, and we found a cube there instead, so...
Yeah. Alright. Let's go back to Earthcave. Or, I mean, there's all volcano, there's ice.
Volcano and Ice is a lot of boxes, and one of them's incentivized, and we have Exit and Warp.
And we've still got Ordeals and all of the Cardia Islands.
Alternatively, Ordeals, because we're right here.
Yeah. And we've got warp now, so make it even a little bit easier for us.
Crabcake's making pretty decent work out of the pillar maze, opting not to check the lonely grind tile.
Yeah. That's a really cool zombie. See, I love checking this third pillar. It's almost always the right one.
Yep. Oh, I don't think we had a level... Do we have a level 7 or 8 magic check?
Yeah, we saw Temper here in level 7, the CC.
Okay. Alright,
and Quadex, yeah. But nothing... She didn't check level 8.
Okay. Which, since we've seen Temper, we've seen Fast, we've seen Nuke, we've seen all the 3s. I don't really know what could be in 8 that we really want to deal with in 8.
Mm-hmm.
Oh no, sorcerers with poison touch. Actually, sorcerers are probably one of my favorite mid-game enemies to take for easy experience, because without their death touch, they are almost always just not a threat.
Yeah. So, Cheese getting the bad news that he could have had Nuke a long time ago.
Mm-hmm.
But all things considered, he's not that far off CC's pace.
Essentially, in a couple minutes, he'll be behind one Waterfall dive and one Ordeals dive, which is not that much.
And a Bane Sword pickup here for CC here in Ordeals. That's pretty nice.
Sure.
Flame Shield's also a good pickup.
Hey, we found the tail.
Vanilla Tail. Lovely.
It does feel a little awkward, but that gives us the information that we're gonna have to do ice, and we're gonna need the other loose.
Maybe. Power Gauntlet.
Right, Power Gauntlet. I'm just gonna sip up my root beer up here real quick.
I haven't had root beer in so long.
Oh, no, yeah, Bonk was found already. Yeah. It was a blacksmith.
Oh, I missed that.
Yeah. Or no, not blacksmith. No, yeah, blacksmith.
Well, fine.
So yeah, we do need things.
Yeah, Opal was the crystal from Montoya.
Yep, Opal was the crystal, Bonk was blacksmith, and then Thorhammer was the endless fetch that led to Lefane, and then we found Tail.
Okay, yeah, so we do need it. So it's either loose chime or loose loot.
Yep.
Oh boy.
I mean, I know which one they're voting for.
Loose loot, right?
Only if it's in the next 3 boxes.
Yeah, the downside to the loose loot is that it can be anywhere. At least if it's loose chime, ice armor's a nice pickup for that ninja. Pair nicely with that flame shield. Interestingly enough, not found a single ribbon yet.
Yeah, that... so we've got level 2 wall, which is an okay backup plan, but sometimes in the one round it takes for you to cast Wall, you've just eaten like a Bane or a Zap or a Crack or something.
Yeah. Alright, Cece. Looks like Cece's heading over to Ice Cave.
Yep, gonna stop in Canary real quick for some potions and some level 1 spells.
Yeah.
Buy a whole housing community.
I think what throws me off is that there isn't a spot on the tracker for the hammer, bracelet, or power gauntlet. So I can't do a quick scan.
Yeah. But what we can do a quick scan of is the lovely notes provided by our lovely tracker, Mr. The Burt Reynolds.
You are correct. I don't have a lot of screen real estate, though. So I was trusting my brain, and it failed me.
Sometimes a brain good, but brain sometimes don't.
She's gonna pick up a stick.
With that, Cheese is now behind one Ordeal's dive. And is probably going to do that now because it's really, really close, while Crabcake shows us the horrors of Ice Cave.
Yeah, he's probably about like 3 minutes behind, I'd say, if I had to put a number on it.
If he's real fast at Ordeals, yeah, I'd agree with that.
Yeah, because he's also got promotion to do, too.
Right, but that's right here.
Yeah. Yeah, now it's going to come down to who... Here's the John Madden call. It's going to be whoever finds that loose first.
The winner of the race is going to come down to whoever kills Chaos first.
Yeah, because both of these runners, they're both super fast. So, they're going to just fly once they get it. We're not going to see any more boxes being opened. There's loot, there's incentive loot, so at least we know we don't have the full clear sky.
Right. And I feel like in this situation, Crabcakes is at the advantage because if we've got parallel or effectively parallel routing, because there's been a little bit of crisscross, I feel like Crabcakes has the advantage there. Where Cheese, I think, gets the advantage is when something weird and wibbly happens.
Yeah.
And I don't know that we've seen that yet.
Now, if Chime is in that second, in that room that you thought on Earth 2, and so let's talk about a horror show scenario that didn't happen in this seed. But imagine if Chime is in that top right room on Earth 2, and you go there first instead of bottom left, and you find that loose Chime before the loose canoe.
Right.
If this were like a group race and that was the setting, you would see so much salt in the post-race room.
Yep.
Because a lot of people would just nope out of there, like both of our runners did. So. Yeah. But we still have to figure out where that Chime is going to be. So. Level 20 for CC. We've only got 5 more boxes left here in Ice Cave.
So if Ice Cave is a bust, at that point we really have 2 options before us. Do we commit to the already half-cleared triple dip Earth Cave, or do we full clear Volcano?
I would go to Earth, but that's me, and I'm the idiot that would do that.
Right.
Because both of these runners aren't, and there's our loose Chime in Ice Cave. So
okay, never mind.
Effective go mode for CC at 58 minutes. We're going to see how fast she can close this out now. But yeah, if it's not there in Ice Cave and it's between Volcano and Earth, I'm going to go to Earth just because I would need every advantage I could get against CC or Cheese.
Crabcake's not feeling terribly confident. I think we're going to check some greed chests, hoping to find one of those mythical pieces of cloth we've heard so much about. Oh, there's one.
There's one. So, I mean, with Wall being Knight and White Mage learnable, and both having access to life, I'm a little surprised, but at least she found it right away. So,
Yep.
I imagine we check the rest of this and go.
Just because we're here, and then yeah, probably done opening boxes after that.
Yeah. Because we even got the black shirt for the Black Wizard, so that's zap protection.
Right. Well, we tried exit house sprint. And even doing our inventory management now. Oh, with the restorative magic of the White Mage, I think that's telegraphing that we're not going to see Crab Cake so much as touch another heal potion until she's in Topher.
Yeah. Alright, Cece's going to show us how fast this game can be played. It's what she does best.
Spoiler warning, fast.
Yeah, she can go fast.
Yeah,
Cheese, not to dump on Cheese's ability here, like, it's just going to be a matter of him trying to catch up now. And CC does open one more box. It's the free one. Another free one.
Okay. Still feeling a little nervous with the single ribbon, and maybe we could find super awesome Mazza fun times.
Yeah.
And Cheezinator brings the ninja back up.
Not going to check that free box, though. She's going to go buy his life for the night. Grab that nuke on the ninja.
Mm-hmm.
Ooh, Red Dragon trying to blow up Cece's chances here.
Alright, let's see how fast the carry goes. Boom, we're gonna try Swing Fade Nuke. Nuke goes out for 182. Swing! 4 hits 318. Boom goes carry.
Yep. Talk about Blastos. Alright, that's 2 orbs now at 1 hour, 1 minute. Oh, bad news, Cheese. You're not in go mode yet.
Time for everyone's favorite, Sky, 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 Sky. It's always a good day when you can just go mode Space Cave, because, yeah, there's a lot of boxes in it, but they're all just so far out of the way, it's annoying.
Yeah. It's one of my favorite places to go mode.
Mm-hmm. I still love to full clear it, because even though everything's really far out of the way, it is traditionally the dungeon before Temple of Fiends Revisited, so if you really want levels in a hurry, this is the place to get it. And there's a lot of good stuff in here that you can kind of use elemental weakness for. Like, Ice and Lightning will get you through most everything that's in here.
Mm-hmm. Cheese heading into Ice Cave, gonna get his chime. And CC got it right around, was it the 58-minute mark?
Roughly, yeah.
So we'll get a good indicator of just about how ahead she is. And if it's within, 5 to 10 minutes, that's a Topher wipe. So Cheese will have a little bit more safety in numbers, where CC will have safety in levels.
Right. And
I also
depending
wonder
on how many... Sorry, go ahead.
I was gonna say, I also wonder if either one will do a grind with those 3 eyes.
I think Cheese will, between that katana and the really unhelpful temper levels, there might be a bit of a grind just to get that Ninja Online to have 2 melee and Topher as opposed to 1, but I would not anticipate the grind taking any more than, like, 3 minutes at the outside.
Mm-hmm. CC gonna check this 3rd floor.
Oh,
Guy
always bet on Sky.
Well, she skipped a 6-pack and everything else, so something could have been in one of those boxes.
Yeah, that's fair.
Alright, so as she's on the teleporter maze, Bridge of Destiny time coming up, so...
Everyone prepare. Our robot friend's gonna come and visit.
Burt Reynolds is preparing for the robot overlords.
CC preparing for a War Mech fight is probably going to want to take it if we find it.
Absolutely. It's the one encounter I don't want to see on this bridge.
It's real dumb.
Getting ambushed by this fight. The second thing I don't want to see happen. And if
especially
you're wondering,
with Poison Touch.
If you're wondering where getting ambushed by a War Mech is on that list, that's probably when I'm hovering over the dot forfeit.
Look, an ambushing War Mech just means that he's really, really eager to feed you levels. It's a compliment.
Mm-hmm. A snake lady and some air.
Fun fact of the day, the Gurnaga air encounter is worth less experience than the Naga water encounter.
Alright, so about 8 minutes behind. It's 106 Cheese in go mode. So that's about a Topher wipe. So not too far. And if Cheese doesn't open any of these boxes here on the armory, well, he'll miss the ribbon. But if he forgoes the chest on Sky 3, it's a little bit of time. Maybe 30 seconds, 40 seconds, there's his ribbon. Yeah, the Naga in water is such a good fight. And
yep.
Cece turns the microwaved dragon to stone.
It was in the microwave a long time. Did you see that color on it? Like, that was unhealthy.
Yeah.
Artificial, one might say.
Alright. Cece gonna route back in her... This is something that Cheese already did, so this is 30 seconds that Cheese has on her. Game of inches at this point.
Right.
It's just a lot of fun watching two runners at the top of their game in a seed that's relatively free because it's just an execution work, like clinic.
Right.
Like if you're newer to this community and you're just learning the game, watching runners of this caliber, you're gonna learn routing, you're gonna learn strategy. Like it's just fun to watch.
There's two things I can point out that they've done so far that I kind of want to highlight along that line. Is that number one is if you have no clear-cut thing that you have to dash for, route whatever's closest, because if you can cut out all that unnecessary travel time, like the minutes will just fall off your run.
Yeah, proximity routing is huge. And even Shadow Walker was talking about it in chat earlier, so unfortunately the folks on YouTube, they won't be able to see that, but if you're watching this VOD back later on Twitch, absolutely.
Because the only thing that's really tripped them up so far was the loose in Earth 2, which Earth Cave without the rod, I fully understand why neither runner wanted to really full clear that stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Mummies with Quadex. Other than that, most everything has been just a matter of how fast can you go from place to place. And the other thing that our runners have been using to their advantage to get places as fast as possible is encounter table manipulation. They have an enormous run at the start of the encounter table, so you just buy 70 million cabins and you just, move, reset, move, reset, move, reset.
And another little time save that you could see on Cheese's side is the way he routed in those box checks on the Agama floor. He checked basically the same boxes as CC checked, but he got one fewer encounter than her. While that wasn't a huge time loss it was a fight with a Whiz Ogre that CC caught. Cheese didn't see that fight. So that's just 30 seconds just by stepping a little bit better, not taking a couple extra steps on the off lava floors or lava tiles. So little optimizations, micro optimizations like that will melt time off your runs.
Yep. Crab Cakes is rounding the corner on the final floor of the Earth Cave. This is going to be not really more of a fight, but more of like, you ever seen those GIFs where a car is going like 60 miles an hour and it hits a speed bump and it just kind of launches? That's what we're about to watch.
It's a lemon Pop-Tart thrown in the microwave and soaks it up. 388 damage. So Lich showing its resilience.
Kind of.
I mean, hey, it took 460 damage and then an X-Cal swing to bring down.
It's true.
1 hour, 10 minutes, 50 seconds. CC on her way. And we're gonna bypass. We're feeling comfortable with our level 2 ninja. So we're gonna go into Topher at an hour 11 minutes. Do that patented Shadow Walker info dive. Because if this Topher is cake, she's done by the time Cheese is getting into Earth.
Right. What are our levels so far? Our levels are
like 24.
Pretty...
24 and 2.
We'll just average those together, call it 12. Watch the amazing level 12 Topher dive.
So it's 48, 72, 70, whatever 74 divided by 4 is. That's our average party level.
Go with 3?
Yeah. Sounds about right. Yeah,
right.
we don't do math here. Get out of here.
Yeah.
Nerds. As we all sit around and watch people do a speed run of a randomized 30-year-old game. Alright. CC abusing that early run off that encounter table and not hitting really anything super nasty on these first few floors of Topher. Already onto the Earth floor. Haven't seen a nasty unrunnable encounter. And getting pretty good turn order on these run attempts. So the flea strat's working.
Ninja's helping. Yeah.
I'm helping. And no, because we basically took the same step route, Cheese actually took fewer fights because he didn't check those boxes on Sky 3.
Right.
So, saw fewer fights on the Bridge of Destiny and going old school strats on Tiamat, not trying to bracket.
You hate to see it. I'm a big fan of always brack Tia. Just because every time I've tried to go the traditional melee route, Tia has rolled way up on health.
Ooh. Lich gets the sneaky quad X off on Mage.
Sometimes Lich is a jerk.
Microwave Chewy Pop-Tarts will do that to you.
Yeah.
But Dan gets to level 8, so we're getting there.
Crabcake's showing us the other good lesson of how to get faster at Final Fantasy Randomizer. In the absence of all other information, when people ask, how do I get better at it? Menuing. Get better at menuing. And everyone can get better at menuing. If you just started playing, you can get better. If you've been playing this for months, you can get better. Just always trying to get just that much faster at menuing will be a noticeable difference.
Did you just offer the advice of, have you tried getting good?
No.
I like to give that advice too. Here comes carry 2 for CC.
Alright, we're going to try a swing, a wait, a wall, and some nuke. Fire 3 comes out, swing goes out, 4 hits 173, nuke comes out. For 198, wall happens. That white mage is now protected. Adorable swing, 3 hits, 3 damage. We're going to try double swing, fade, nuke. Here we go. Boom goes the ninja. Outgoing swing, 4 hits, 171. Fade goes out. For 141, down goes carry 2. Not much interesting to note there.
Yeah. So far, Topher, not too bad.
But we are on the floor of the first major gatekeeper, Kraken 2.
And I think this is where we get into the thick part of the encounter table.
Yeah. Usually, if you want to try and encounter manipulate Topher, if you think you have any control over it, where you want to aim the encounters for is usually Earth Floor and Fire Floor. Because Water Floor can mess you up, and Air Floor has a lot of deadly stuff on it too. But also, the third floor of Temple of Fiends Revisited has, 9 bad men, 4 gas dragons, stuff like that.
Yeah. And if one of those roll unrunnable, like, say goodbye to at least 10% of your resources, if not 20 to 30%.
Yep.
But CC's so far doing a good job of being lucky and avoiding those toxic lobsters.
And here we go. Revenge of the microwaved calamari. We're going to try defensive strats. I saw defense, I saw white shirt, and we're going to try fast.
Yeah, with life on the night, it makes sense.
So Ninja's one hit has my attention. That means we've got a fairly evasive Kraken 2, because that ninja was doing up to 3 hits earlier, I think. Out comes Blizzard.
So Ink and Blizzard, so skill happy. Could be worse.
Out goes Nuke for 113, another wall on the White Wizard. Let's try all offense. We've futzed around with defense long enough. 5 hits, 468, down goes Kraken 2.
Alright, well, so far there has not been a gatekeeper here in the Temple of Fiends Revisited for CC. We'll see what Tia 2 can do as Cheese enters his Topher mode at 1 hour 17 minutes. And
but
we're going to grind.
Before a grind.
Interesting.
You got to get that ninja in fighting shape.
So, if there's something that CC bounces off here, like a Tiamat with Zap.
Unfortunately, or fortunately, I should say, the Zap only catches the ablative meat shield, so we're going to go back to powering up this knight for melee strats. Temperate goes out, White Shirt goes off just in case Tia 2 gets melee happy. But the Fire 3 comes out, does a lot of damage to that Black Wizard, but not so much to the other 2. We're going to try some Ruse, some Temper, outgoing swing, 8 hits, 565, that's a good start. Let's temper it up some more. Incoming punch, misses. Ruse after the fact.
CC's in a good spot here.
Swing, 8 hits for 859, down goes Tia 2. This Topher is just very politely
on wheels,
very politely just stepping out of the way and say, right this way, madam.
It's almost as if they want a game 3. The Seed wants a game 3. CC looking for her first win over Cheese in this spring tournament, as here he comes for his first dive into Topher. got the levels he wanted, and at 1 hour, roughly 19 minutes, he's coming in. So I think it's double check our notes.
Here we go. We got fast, we got wall, we got defense. Lightning 2 comes out. Big damage all around except to the knight. First charge of defense. Katana test swing. 1 hit for 76. Fast goes off. Wall goes off. Second round. Ninja's going to continue test poking. We're going to try some temper, a white shirt, and some more defense. We're going to get defense capped. Incoming nuclear. Down goes the ninja, and a lot of damage to that knight.
Ooh.
White shirt goes off. We're at 4 of 6 for evade cap. Temper goes off. We're going to try some nuke. A little bit of Cure 4, and some Cure 4. We got to band-aid those wounds just in case Chaos is feeling zesty today. Outgoing nuke for 137. Incoming lightning 2. Down goes the black wizard.
That's bad.
How about some ruse? Incoming ink. We get a free round. Chaos is merciful. Power gauntlet goes off. Ruse goes off. We're going to try some more ruse and some more power. Ruse goes off. Power goes off. Incoming lightning 2. Not much out of the spell list so far. We're going to try offense. Rub comes out. Ineffective. Swing. 5 hits for 345. Fade goes out for 102. Going to try some more. Fade and swing. Ice 2 coming in.
The spell
Really
happy.
easy spell list. 5 hits for 540. We're going to do Cure 4 just in case. Incoming Blaze. Doesn't do much with the walls in effect. Outgoing. 4 hits 327. This Chaos does have a lot of health, but doesn't have a lot else going for it. Fade for 99. Incoming Lightning 2. Outgoing swing. 5 hits 337. Still not doing much. 3 hits 3 damage. That's... uh-oh. So, Cure 4 goes off. Outgoing swing. 4 hits for 18 damage. This is the wrong direction. Crack goes off. Nothing happens. Incoming Lightning 2 doesn't do much. Outgoing swing. 5 hits for 144. We're racing through what we assume is the only bad thing we've seen so far is the nuclear, which might be coming around any minute now. Power gauntlet goes off. We need more offense to put this away for good. And there's that nuclear doing pretty sizable damage to both characters. But outgoing swing, 5 hits 272, and down goes Chaos. Crab Cakes finishes in first place with an official SRL time of 1 hour, 21 minutes, and 18 seconds. The GG Crab Cakes.
GG's. So we will see Game 3 in this semifinals to figure out who's going to be our other racer in the finals. This is exciting.
Oh, I'm excited.
Alright, and we're going to see... Because we're on a 15-minute delay, I was just catching up on the SRL chat. It looks like Cheese is asking for an invite to interview while once CC finishes. So,
and we have Crab Cakes in chat with us. Go ahead and give her some more GGs. She earned them. So, Cheezinator healing up, getting ready to pull carry 2. Here we go. We're going to try double fight. We're going to wall up that knight, and we're going to fast up that knight. But the knight swings first. 3 hits for 126. Wall goes off. Ninja swing. 4 hits for 88 damage. Fire 3 comes in. Doesn't do much except to the black wizard. Fast goes off. Next round, double swing. Followed by fade into nuke. Incoming massive punch to that ninja. It just detonates. Fade goes out for 133. Nuke goes out 164. And a swing. 8 hits for 374. Down goes carry 2.
It's always fun when we have the runner just still running in booth. GG Cheese.
Hey, yeah. Obviously, we're all on 15-minute delay here. I did this in my last SMZ3 race as well when my opponent finished ahead of me, so it's whatever. Starters, GG to Crab Cakes. I know that I obviously was out executed, like, regardless, considering that it sounds like we took mostly the same route in the long run. But I felt so ahead when I got the cube until C had nothing, and I was worried that would have made her do Marsh instead of Earth, right? Because I was like, oh, if she goes C Earth and gets Canoe, I'm in the clear. If she goes C Marsh or just Marsh, like Astos Marsh, then actually this could be bad. And because the loose specifically was the cube, it locked out the odds of her doing a full clear of Sky. I was kind of relieved that Chime was the other one, because it maybe would make her go Mirage after Ice and or Volcano. But yeah, we both made the cube play, and if she makes the same plays as I do, I don't win.
Yeah, that's basically what it was. You found the cube first, but by the time you found the cube, she had already done a lot of those early game checks. Like, she had already been to like Elfland or the on-rack location and found Elfland. So when she went to Marsh, which was her first play, she had Nuke, she had Life, she had Cure 4. It was a much easier go of it.
Yeah, Marsh was kind of slow. I also went in there with like no charges on the Black Mage because I came straight from Astos without a spare house. Because I wasted a house in front of Matoya. I mismenued and I was like, I think I needed that.
So going into a game 3, your tournament life on the line. What sort of preparation are you going to do for your potentially, well, your final match with Cece for sure?
Yeah, I mean, better eating and sleeping. I think just to maintain a little bit more focus. But I don't know. I felt prepared. Relatively confident given the previous results. I was fine with how the two drafts have gone. I don't have any trouble with this particular party. I still think it gives me the best chance to win, but she could throw a monkey wrench into the next game, for all I know. I will get pick priority again, but even with her having pick priority tonight, she took 1 and 4, so we ended up with the exact same draft.
Tell me about that draft. Tell me about Fighter Black Mage.
Yeah, when you know your opponent's going to give you White Mage Thief, you don't draft trashy classes. You draft the ones that make you go fast so that you have a chance to still go fast. If I were to draft like Black Mage, Red Mage into that, we'd have a super awkward party comp that would be low on ability to cast Black Magic and low on early game survivability, and she also is the best Black Belt player in the Final Fantasy Randomizer community, so it's not like I'm going to out Black Belt her, so that was set aside for this series. Also, hey, I could call my own Chaos fight.
Yeah.
All right, let's do it. All right, cool. So it's coming out with a Temper on the Fighter, Cure 4 on the Black Mage because the Fighter is still over 400 HP. The Lit 2 does come out and deal chip damage, so suddenly the Fighter's in a little bit dicey territory. This Ninja's still alive. Not the main focus here for the offense, though. He's going to go for just swinging every turn with the Katana for crits. We're going to Power Bonk up and Temper some more because we found that the Chaos is pretty high absorb and we're not really breaking through with the Excalibur yet. Ink is a free turn. Temper comes out once again on the Knight. That's a last Temper charge, so now the Black Mage is running down on utility. Probably going to try and nuke and then follow that up with maybe some evasion lowering here because we're not getting the full hits. We should be getting 8 hits Excal and more than that on the Katana. But with the Ninja down, now the Katana is out of relevance. So let's try locking here. Lit 2 is fine. We've already walled the Black Mage, so we've got full resistances on both characters remaining. So spells are good. Anything else is bad. We don't want to see more of those nuclears. We're going to switch to heal pod strats because the Knight is getting chipped down and we've already used the remaining Cure 4 charges. So keeping the nuclear's highest roll is 320. So keep that Fighter above 320 at all costs. Power bonk again because we're still not breaking through. Let's punch. Let's continue to heal pot strats. The punch with the X-Cal comes out 6 hits, 266. We're getting hits. We're not getting crits. And importantly, we're still kind of getting defense, we're getting defense broken by Chaos. But Chaos punched the fighter for a bunch and punched the Black Mage for a bunch. So we need that extra defense stack. Get up to 5 evasion stacks. Nuclear comes out. Suddenly we're in dicey territory. If we get back around that skill list and Chaos has really high HP, this one could be over. But the X-Cal's doing the work, getting about 500 damage around. Ink is a free turn, though it does wrap the skill list around more quickly. And finally, 5 hits for 247. GG to Cheezinator terminates Chaos and finishes with an official SRL time of 1 hour, 29 minutes, and 25 seconds. Get out your GGs in chat. For me.
So you're saying you didn't get a lot of sleep, so I'm assuming caffeine.
Yes, I had some highly sweetened iced tea before this.
All right, we're gonna try and get Cheezinator in here so Cheezinator can interview them on their successful Chaos pull.
And we got Cheezinator, so Cheese, why don't you ask Cheese your questions? And
yeah,
Cheese. So I wanted to ask you a little bit about some of your early game routing and leveling decisions. Oh, really? Okay, what did you want to ask? Well, for starters, you took a lot of fights on an I tile, which is a good idea if you have a black belt in your party, but stationary grinds with a fighter, and especially racing against a runner of CC's caliber who you know is not going to do those stationary grinds. What motivated you to do this? Well, for starters, I did want a few levels to make sure I could survive the Fire 2s from Astos, and also I felt like banking to about mid-teens levels early would speed up a lot of the game, allow me to run, allow me to take fewer sort of mediocre fights. And I was really confident that levels there would sort of prevent wipes if I had to go digging, a difficult dungeon for loose items. In particular, I was figuring on heading to Marsh right after that, though I did go in again a bit underprepared with the lack of the house to save out my magic charges outside. Still paid off, got the cube, felt ahead, then it turns out it didn't matter.
Cheezinator, if I can cut in for a moment, speaking of that 3i tile, and this question is directed at Cheese, your grind towards the end of the game, I am really sure it was an attempt to get that ninja online. When you went into it, what was your idea going into it, and did you think you accomplished what you wanted to?
Yeah, my HP pools felt low. I had good gear, but X-Cal, not a super great weapon, so if I could get more juice out of the katana by getting to 23 by about Tiamat 2, if the ninja, of course, was still up, I would have felt really happy, even with the potential to maybe cast fast on the ninja in one of those fights. I never ended up doing it. But, it was really the HP pools. I don't love diving at 21 or whatever across the board. I did talk to some people behind the scenes before the tournament, like maybe before this round, that maybe a strategy to win would be dive Topher faster, earlier, maybe more aggressively unsafe. But because way back, rewinding to the cube, I still felt ahead. I thought I had a few minutes, not even a few minutes, like 1 minute to spare for grinding, because the EXP per second on that tile is ridiculous. So it turns out that playing like I was ahead maybe cost me some time. It didn't cost me the race though, because she still finished 8 minutes ahead of me.
I think from now on, I'm just going to have the runners interview themselves. I feel like that was much more effective than any questions I could have asked. Cheese, as always, it's a treat to call your races and talk to you about this game. Same with Fizzle. It's always fun to be in the booth with you. And Burt Reynolds, wonderful to have you behind the scenes with us tracking. Cheese, why don't you bring us home with your final thoughts, man?
Yeah, I still feel fine going into tomorrow. I did try and tighten up a few things today, just from VOD review from the previous day. So you'll notice that I didn't go for the level 2 on imps. I just went straight to TOF to roll the dice. I tried to avoid double triple dips where possible, but of course sometimes you can't with how the fetch quest items pull you around. I actually copied I watched last night and I copied CC's route from last night, where you get Canal and Dwarves, and you still need to do town shuffle checks, then you actually just go immediately from Dwarves to the Melmond location, check that out. Maybe if you have reason to do Ruby or Earth, you do that. But then from there, you can South Dock Elfland on your way to Crescent, rather than spending more time in the Inner Sea. So I picked that up from her, not that it ended up mattering that much. I think it helped my routing in this particular game a little bit. But yeah, so I don't know. I feel like I've got the tactics. I mostly have the execution, but I didn't get a lucky break tonight, like her taking more wipes or something. I'm going to need some element of luck tomorrow. And either way, I hope for a good race.
Absolutely. I'm sure it will be a great race. It's a lot of fun calling this one. I think I called. I think obviously I didn't call, but I called your race against her in Swiss. So it's always a pleasure watching you guys race. I praise both of you, and during the commentary, watching two high-level players put on a clinic with routing and strategy. It's a lot of fun to watch. So best of luck tomorrow to both you and CC. I'll be sure to tune in and check it out. What time can people expect to watch that tomorrow?
That is same time. As far as the SG channel goes,
we'll figure it out.
Yeah, it's not yet scheduled because it's,
Yeah.
I guess, a day away. And so please tune in. Thank you both for commentating. I'm really glad you did this. Thanks, Burt Reynolds, for tracking, and our helper friends in Speed Gaming who continue to host us. Thanks, Danny, for organizing. This has been fun, and I'll watch it back and enjoy myself. I'm in a low stress enough mindset that I won't feel bad like watching myself lose. There's still more to learn.
Absolutely. Bring us home, Fizzle.
All right. Well, like Cheese said, big thanks to Speed Gaming. Big thanks to Burt Reynolds, our tracker of the day. Big thanks to my buddy Caleb for coming out and doing this with me. This was a treat. For everyone here and for everyone at the Final Fantasy Randomizer community, my name is Lord Fizzlebeef, and we will see you next time. Have a good night, everyone.